one team. Come on, Hiroki. Guys, everybody today are captains. Everybody on the beach. Come on.
All together, all together.
Well, good evening to you. It is the showpiece fixture of the weekend in the J-League. Great to have you with us for fourth versus second. Two of the teams chasing the title. The current champions, of course, against the current Asian Champions League winners. It is Urawa Reds against Yokohama F Marinos in a very, very hot Saitama this evening. Promises to be an absolute corker of a game, it really does. The champions heading to Saitama, looking to get back to winning ways against an Urawa side who had gone 10 games unbeaten, but did they lose their last J-League game against Cerezo Osaka. Huge game, this one. Really looking forward to it. Great atmosphere in the stadium. And this is now the run-in for the J-League season. We've had the last little break now. It's time to get down to business. It's time for these two teams to lay down their markers for what remains in the J-League this season. Yokohama F Marinos are the champions of Japan, but Urawa Reds are the champions of Asia. Something has to give today in the Saitama Stadium. It should be an absolute corker, it really should. There's the man who can't stop scoring this season, Anderson Lopez. And Jose Kante leading the line for the Reds as well. We've had lots and lots of rain around Saitama over the last couple of days. There has been a weather warning in place for the last couple of days, but right now this evening, it is very, very warm, 30 degrees. And two teams who both have designs on winning the J-League this season. Here is the Urawa side. Most notable in the team selection today is the absence, or shall we say the non-selection of Shoya Nakajima. The new signing is only on the bench today, so Keito Yasui will support Jose Kante as the striker, with the 17-year-old Junpei Hayakawa over on the left-hand side and Tomowaki Okuba coming from the right. Of course, we've seen Okubo coming from the left a lot this season. Hiroyuki Kimura is the man in charge, assisted by Otsuka-san and Taketa-san, with Hideaki Nishio the fourth official. We'll go through the formalities of the toss of the coin. The two captains, Hiroki Sakai and Keniwa, and in the booth today, out the back, is Keigo Sendachi and Makoto Ibino. Hopefully, we won't have much use for them, but of course, they will come into their own if needed. For Yokohama F Marinos, well, they've managed to keep themselves pretty fresh over the last couple of weeks with the games they've played against the likes of Manchester City and Celtic. The Celtic side that they played was maybe a second string, but this was pretty much the first string side that played against Manchester City. The only one who didn't start was Jan Metoas. But they were pretty good in that game, eventually losing out to the English champions. Well, Maciej Skorza's side have really picked up. They did have the Asian Champions League to deal with, and since then that has been out of the way. The focus has been on getting up alongside Kevin Muscat's side. Today they go head to head. Right now there are 6 points between them. Urawa Reds are fourth with 37 points. They are 7 points behind the leaders Vissel Kobe. Yokohama F Marinos a point behind Vissel Kobe, 6 clear of Urawa, with Nagoya Grampus sandwiched in between these two sides, having already played, of course. It should be a cracker, this one. Looking forward to it. Fourth versus second in the J-League. We are underway in Saitama, and already there's a foul in the first second of the game. There was an almighty bump into the back of Kaito Yasui from Anderson Lopez, and the referee forced to give a free kick straight away. Early possession is with the home side, and Marius Høybråten, the Norwegian central defender. What Urawa have been looking for is that regular starter up front, the goals up front. It's been the big challenge for them. As we say, Jose Kante is leading the line today. 3 goals for them this season, but only started 5 games, mainly come from the bench. But, big responsibility on the 32-year-old from Guinea in this game. His first season in Japan after playing all over the world in recent years, most notably recently in China. They need goals from him. That's the big challenge for them. Yokohama don't have those same problems, of course, with what they have at their disposal, because they have Anderson Lopez with 15 goals, second right now to Yuya Osako at the top of the goal scoring charge, but those two well clear of Kasper Juncker. Offside flag up against the Brazilian. Well, this is the game that really has caught the attention across Japan this weekend. It's a great game to return with after that couple of weeks off that we've had in the J-League. And this is Okubo, can't quite keep the ball and loses out to Nagato. And Alexander Schultz will go all the way back to his goalkeeper here. Nagato will again deal with the long ball downfield. They'll break over to this near side. Sakai, Okubo. Nicely managed. And then they work it with Hayakawa on the left-hand side. And it's nicely brought down and brought away by Jan Mateus. He's just run into a little bit of traffic there. And won't get away from Atsuki Ito. 2 really good central midfields that we've got in here. Keniwa and Atsuki Ito for Urawa, and of course Kota Watanabe and Takoyo Kida It's going to be a great battle in there to see who comes out on top. Really looking forward to seeing those two. This is nice. This is Kante. That's Watanabe who gets in the way. Jan Mateos just tries to find himself a little bit of space and step away from Ogiwara. The switch of play is Katsuya Nagato. Elbert, who caused Manchester City all sorts of problems in that recent friendly, by the way. Had a stunning game, the Brazilian. It's a foul by Anderson Lopez, who has incurred the wrath of the referee twice in the first 3.5 minutes. Hoybratton was the player that was fouled here. Enough contact for the referee to deal with him. Marius Hoybratton, good signing brought in this season from Bodo Glimt in Norway, where he'd done so well, of course, and played in European football for mainly an unfashionable side, but a side that won 2 Elite Syrian titles back-to-back in 20 and 21. Okubo. Sakai. This is Alexander Schultz, and now Hoybratton again, looking for a little ball down the side here for Hayakawa. Only 17 years old. That's a lovely ball as well. It opens up Marinos here. What a chance this is! And it's a chance that isn't taken. Takuya Ogiwara, forward from fullback. Stunning pass by Hayakawa. Looked as though he'd done everything right, and then went with the outside of the foot for the finish. And he got that absolutely wrong. What an opportunity with 5 minutes gone for the home side. It's a wonderful piece of composure and skill to start with by the left back. Ogiwara with the opportunity, handed to him in front of goal, didn't take it. Two goals in the J-League for Kyoto Sanga last season. Never ever scored though for Urawa Reds. Albeit in 2 handfuls of games that he's played for them. Time away at Niigata in Kyoto. Of course, he's going to break off deep and go behind Hayakawa. Much focus made on the 17-year-old, of course, with the talent he's got and the fact that he's been brought in by Maciej Skorza at such a tender age into such a big team with such big aspirations. We saw there, though, the quality and the confidence he has on the ball. Young man with a very, very big future. 18 in December. And we have known about him for a while, of course. He's played for Japan all through the age levels. But he's already playing 2-3 years ahead of his age group. This is Yasui. Nowhere to go for Hiroki Sakai. And Elbert was caught. He's very, very clever. His performance was highlighted by Pep Guardiola after his game against Manchester City, the 31-year-old. All about what he brings to this Marinos side. This is Eduardo. Was a little bit of time and space, but it was soon closed for Nishimura. I apologise if it was a bit of a careless touch. Watanake goes up to Watanabe. Takuya Kida. by Nishimura, who was well marshalled by Alexander Schultz. They've become real firm favourites of Høybråten and Alexander Schultz. It's the central defensive partnership in Urawa. Schultz already been a senior member of the club now. Finds Sakai as captain. Now he has support. The defence was backing off. Kante's ball back to Sakai, who didn't really give him much to work with in that situation. Well, it's intriguing. You almost wait for the first act and who will draw first blood in a game like this. We've already seen that really good chance for Urawa. What you feel will be a very tight game. Worth pointing out that the record for Urawa in this fixture isn't particularly good. One win in the last 9 meetings between the two sides. Could do with ending that run of results today. Here's Elbert. And support is outside him from Nagato. Should be the goalkeepers. Just held up a little. It wasn't the cleanest contact by Nagato, but the goalkeeper decided to punch clear, and he just about managed to do so. This is Watanabe. On to Nagato. Nicely dealt with. Kante's little flick, and he's going to be penalised for the initial drag on Eduardo. Foul is by the man from Guinea rather than the Brazilian central defender. It might have been a case of 6 and 2 threes there. They both probably had a grab at each other. Referee deeming that it was Kante who went first. This is nice. This is Nishimura. Nagato. Elbert. That's a lovely ball around the back, and the opportunity presented itself for Anderson Lopez. Didn't really have much power on the cross. He was trying to generate power in the header. Straightforward save in the end for the goalkeeper. It's a good chance apiece though early on in this game. The foul by Nishimura. This is the chance. Just watch the ball as it holds up again in the air, just a bit flighty. It just meant that Anderson Lopez, as he was falling, was already sort of falling to the floor rather than jumping into the header. Couldn't generate power. Was on target, but one that the goalkeeper was always going to save. Chance apiece. And for the left back of Urawa, that man there, Ogiwara. Maybe forgive him for not scoring, but certainly at the other end. In that situation, Anderson Lopez in front of goal. There's not many that would have suggested that it would have, in the end, rather tame. Here's Watanabe. And we'll go for the return. Høybråten deals with it very well and sees it through to Shusaku Nishikawa, who doesn't really have to look over his shoulder at the moment with, of course, the departure this week of Zion Suzuki, who's gone off to play for Sint-Truiden in Belgium. Talented young goalkeeper. That's turned into a pretty decent ball. The goalkeeper able to come and get it, Ichimori. Again, looking behind, but comfortable again for Nishikawa. And Zion Suzuki, of course, has been linked with a lot of clubs over the past few months. Manchester United in England, one of them. We looked at the very exciting young 20-year-old. Hasn't played that much football for his club side. Already, of course, played for Japan at regional, international level. He played in that game against Hong Kong. Nishikawa very much number one, both on his shirt and at the club. Long again by Nishikawa. It's a lovely ball to pick out Sakai. The support arrives. Atsuki Ito with the switch. Ogiwara has missed the ball. He's probably want to forget the first 14 minutes of this game. Not done anything wrong defensively, but that chance he had, and just that little miscontrol there. Frustrating for him. Eduardo, happy to take his time. And that said, Urawa happy to drop off. Watanabe, that's nicely worked. It just opens up a little bit of space. Jan Mateus, the ball to Elbert was delivered a little behind him, slows down the development and further progress of that attack. Looks a foul by Nagato. It was. He offered his plea of innocence, but it was always a foul. This is the chance again for Anders. Just see there, he was static and falling, not really able to jump at the ball and develop power. Yeah, he thought he'd scored, didn't he? He thought he'd got the right man, picked out Anderson Lopez, and given the such high standards that he has, this manager thought that that would be in the back of the net, but comfortable in the end for Nishikawa to make a straightforward save. 15 minutes of fair flown by in Saitama. Run by Ken Matsubara. First one of the day, won't be the last. Another of the scorers from that friendly against Manchester City. Man who scores more than the odd goal from fullback. Nishikawa downfield. Very tight for Keito Yasui. Over on that far side. Let's take by Nishimura. Finds Elbert. Oh, that's a good rob. Saw the opportunity, did Ito to nick the ball, and Yasui and Ito, and this is Kante, and he's forgotten the ball. Mainly used from the bench this season was the Kante. As I say, Shota Koroki a lot as the main striker. Shinzo Koroki at the age of 37, having turned 37 last week. He's on the bench today, and Kante is the starter. Kante could have been in here for a poor touch. Had he taken it in, he had really good support as well. Okubo. Iwao. Alexander Schultz. Kante. Well, the turn was really good. There was a little bit left on him by Eduardo. It is a free kick. Probably didn't affect the pass too much, but again, they could have been into a decent area there. But, certainly enough for the referee to give the free kick with the contact between the two. Really is a stunning atmosphere inside the stadium. It is absolutely raucous. It'll be even more so if Urawa can get themselves a goal. They won't do it like that though. Hiroki Sakai tried to cross early, but this cross only finding behind the goal. Well, they'll stick to their principles and always play out, will Yokohama. Lovely turn by Anderson Lopez. It's a good challenge by Iwao. Went for the return, but in the way was Takuya Kida. Watanabe. Nagato to Eduardo. This is Shinosuke Hatanaka. Back by Matsubara to his goalkeeper. That's just airmailed. Elbert, who was waiting on the touchline, but way over his head. Well, Sad haven't really got going yet, have they? They created one good chance, Kevin Muscat's side, but not really put together any real patterns of play in the opposition half. Urawa have been full of vigour and full of energy so far in the 20 minutes we've had. Goalless between the champions of Asia and the champions of Japan as it stands right now. Both with their sights set firmly on being the champions of Japan this year for 2023. Albert. The ball just whips across the penalty area. No one there though. Albert's annoyance maybe at his teammates rather than at himself, or maybe a little bit of both. Remember, 6 points between these sides as it stands. And Matthias Scorza said that he can't really afford to lose this game, even though there's still a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the season in Japan. Schultz will take this free kick. Brighton forgot to control the ball. Forward by Schultz. Nicely taken down by Iwao. Schultz again. Awkward, but nicely done by Atsuki Ito to get himself out of a tight jam there. So the Urawa are the ones you feel that are doing the pushing at the moment. Conte. Well, he did well to keep it, but then just got himself down a tunnel with no way out, and the only exit was out of play and a throw to Marinos. Kevin Muscat did say that they took so much from the last couple of weeks and the games, the high-profile games they've played. going off to the National Stadium to take on Manchester City in front of a full house. Of course, they are sister clubs, the English and the Japanese champions. It was the first partnership Manchester City put together as part of their group of clubs, now their family of clubs. There's a very good relationship that works on coaching and medical, play inside, all sorts of uses for it. It's back by Eduardo. Little run had been made by Nagato from fullback. Just creates a little bit of space here for Albert. Albert still managed to keep it, but they lost their direction really once he'd had a heady touch. Eduardo. This is Watanabe. To Watanabe again. Now Kida will take over. Matsubara. And just drop in once the ball comes into their half, don't the Urawa? Very difficult to break them down, but that's a nice little ball in towards Nishimura. His touch wasn't great though. Eduardo's header. Not really seen much of Marinos in terms of the possession and dictating and controlling things. Still, you feel that the chance that Takuya Ogawara, who we just saw a moment ago, had the best chance of this game, is Albert, always looking to make something happen. And he may well do here. He's worked that very nicely. And Alexander Schultz, well stationed. So difficult to deal with Albert. He can go both ways. Alexander Schultz, vastly experienced, of course. Danish champion, a man who played in the Champions League, scored in the Champions League. Respected from his time in Belgium as well. Kida. Watanabe. Little more concerted pressure now coming from the visitors. Kante looking to counter-attack. He and Eduardo have been certainly locking horns and locking into each other. We've had a right old battle of those two. And what's been a really intriguing battle so far. This, the chance, the best chance for Ogiwara. Just getting that left foot finish wrong when he had the simple pass on, perhaps for Kante, or a little further over for Okubo. At the other end, this chance for Anderson Lopez. Falling into it rather than diving into it to generate power and direction. Big chance for him though. He wasn't able to take it. And the players taking on hydration, given the very, very warm evening that we've got in Saitama. Amazing that we've only had 2 shots. Which is a surprise given what you'd normally expect from these two sides. Those who aren't available look on. And those who may be needed, of course. To signing he's been Shoya Nakajima coming in this week. Most recently, the 28-year-old was playing in Turkey for Antalya Sport. Of course, his time in Porto after moving over to Portugal for FC Tokyo. I'm certain we'll see him at some stage. Nishikawa moves the ball on to Øybraten, the Norwegian. Alexander Schultz. Nicely measured for Sakai. There's a good challenge on him by Jan Mateus. Just had a little swap around since coming out from the drinks break of Marinos. Switched the wide players. Jan Mateus has come over to the left-hand side. Elbert has gone over to the right. This now is Okubo. And nicely moved on. It's just out of the reach of Yasui. Thought they'd measured that perfectly for a moment. Øybraten. Jose Kante, nicely taken. There's space on this near side for Hiroki Sakai. It's a lovely measured ball, but it's just out of the reach of Hayakawa. It was the man at the far post. It wasn't ever going to get to Yasui. Look at Hayakawa trying to get around the back door there. Not far away from either of them, was it? Lovely ball by Hiroki Sakai. Fair old tussling midfield, isn't it? Watanabe there, losing out. And here they come again. Kaito Yasu. And the curling shot is by Tomoaki Yakubo. Straightforward for the goalkeeper. Bent round nicely. Straight into the arms of Junichi Mori. Ball was for Nishimura, he couldn't take it in. And this is Atsuki Ito, whose break forward is really nice. He's held on to the ball a long time, but nearly made it count with a fierce shot. It was very well saved in the end by Ishimori. It looked like he'd basically run out of room there, Ito. Delayed the pass and it wasn't really going anywhere. And all of a sudden, he was very close to adding to his 2 J-League goals this season. No way round for Matsubara. Øybraten makes certain that the ball won't be going out for a corner either. That's Watanabe. Elbert, and still Elbert, and he goes on, and he goes down, and there's no real appeal from him. He was gliding there, it was Elbert. Noticeable that there was no real appeal, there was a half arm lifted up, but nothing else. Eduardo. A little overhit from Jan Mateus. Just a semblance of control now for the champions of Japan. Marinos just on top at the moment. Kida. Nice. Nishimura. Anderson Lopez's run is well marshalled and well dealt with. Long by Schultz, but long into space rather than to a red and black shirt. And straightforward for the defenders to deal with it. Atanake, Eduardo. Nicely done between Watanabe and his midfield partner, Takuya Kida. Again, the door closed as they look to work forward. Now can they find a little bit of space? Nothing for Nishimura. It's very, very clever from Alexander Schultz. He makes that run from defence into midfield, sees that he didn't really have anywhere to go and almost waited for Elbert to bump into him. This is the shot by Ito. Again, fairly regulation save in the end. But it's nicely done by the 17-year-old, drawing the foul. That's forward straight away towards Yasui. Kawa again helping it on, but again just not quite finding the pass, and again the whistle goes for a foul. Game just changing a little as Yokohama F Marinos have started to get more and more of the ball. Header was by Atanake. Elbert taken over here by Watanabe. Elbert again, it's too high for Anderson Lopez and it won't come through with the other side. Oh, it's a nicely measured ball. What a run that is as well. It's Ito who breaks in behind, might have to go for goal, which he does. Really good save by the goalkeeper. There was no support for Ito. Fierce drive. Good save by the goalkeeper. Schultz. Okubo. Really found Ito again. Ogiwara wins the ball. Possibly could have won a free kick as well, but the referee will play on because Urawa Reds have again developed some momentum here with this attack. That's a little short. Okubo will do well to keep it. But keep it they do. And this is Hiroki Sakai. And Ito, oh yes! The ball was for Jose Kante, but the finish is over the top. Oh, what a chance this is. Look at this for a pass. Almost absolutely perfect from Ito. And Jose Kante with the goal at his mercy. You just wait for the net to bulge and it doesn't. It's a bad miss. All of a sudden they've put together a string of shots. Two now that gilt-edged opportunities. That adds to the one a little earlier for Ogiwara. Albert has been caught here. He's soon up. That's the earlier shot at the start of that phase of attacks, really. Numerous phases it went through. Ito, who'd already forced the goalkeeper into a save down to his left. With a really good save away to his right from Ishimori. Watanabe. This is Albert. Away by Huibran. Still 0-0. 5 minutes to go until half-time, a little more than that with the time that will be allocated and added on for the break. Jan Mateus, goalkeeper, is coming, and returned by Matsubara. It was a difficult opportunity. We wanted to side foot lob volley the goalkeeper. Difficult enough with a big tennis racket, never mind a foot. Just getting the feeling that something is going to give in this game. They've kept each other at arm's length for much of it, and very much played in a manner of respecting the ability of the opposition. Now you just sense that they want to show their own dominance, their own personalities on this game. Both these sides, both with such high aspirations this season. Game just opening up more than it has at any other phase since we kicked off 42 minutes ago. Kida on by Nishimura. Anderson Lopez escaped one challenge, but not that of Atsuki Ito, who's been outstanding in this first half. Kida. Watanabe. Nishimura, Albert, now Matsubara. Nishimura is challenged well. It is a corner. Forward will go Eduardo. and Hatanaka. Matsubara will stay inside the penalty area. It's Jan Mateus with the corner. Really good take by the goalkeeper. It was the early call and then the common claim. Did really well. And Schultz and Ito will pass just a little behind Yasu. Otherwise they were in on the counter-attack. Frustrating, annoying opportunity to turn defence into attack in the blink of an eye there. Conte has done really well there. So from one corner at one end to another corner at the other end. Hoybran and Schultz make their way forward. Urawa with the cross from this corner. Last minute of the first 45. Urawa Reds with the corner. It's a very, very good header away by Ken Matsubara. Diving low to fire it away, but the whistle had gone anyway. A little bit too much physical contact in there. Eduardo goes back to Ishimori. Just 1 minute being added on. It's just pretty much the 1 minute we had maybe for the hydration break. Looks like we're going to go in all square at the interval. Maybe Jan Mateus can do something about that. It's a little push on Ogiwara. Just a bump in the back. Well, there goes the half-time whistle. Well, Mathieu scores it. Chats to those who might be called upon in the second half. It is honours even at the break. Urawa Reds certainly had the better of it early on, created those good chances, particularly for Ogiwara. A little bit of a comeback from the champions of Japan, and then right on half-time, very, very nearly found their way through. Ito with a couple of efforts, and then the chance at the half ready for Jose Kante in firing over. So half-time in Saitama, in the stadium here. It is Urawa Reds 0, Yokohama F Marinos 0.
こんな
Well, welcome back to the Saitama Stadium. We are to have a couple of changes for the second half. And Shinzo Kuroki and Takehiro Sekine are coming on for Junpei Hayakawa and Jose Kante. Hayakawa, who was really bright early on in the game, but found it difficult as the half went on, the 17-year-old. Kante had that great opportunity, now replaced by the veteran. As we say, Kuroki has started more games as the lone striker this season. It may have been a surprise that was reversed, but Kuroki is on now, along with Sekine. The game is locked at 0-0. No changes for Yokohama F Marinos. We'll be interested to see how Takuma Nishimura gets on in the second half. You will recall that he has been carrying an injury for the past month or so. Missed the games just before the break, and then missed the Emperor's Cup and the international friendlies that they played. Returned to training just a few days ago and started the game. Returned also along with Ryotaro Tsunoda, who's been out a little bit longer, of course, and wasn't considered for the matchday squad today, although Kevin Muscat is hoping he might be back next week or the week after. Another week's training behind him. Here's Ito. It's going to brawl towards Anderson Lopez. It's nicely away by Ogiwara. Elbert, Jan Mateus, and the shot was by Matsubara, so a fair old way out. Interested to see how this pattern develops in this second half. Urawa started the first half very well, got on top early on, and as we moved towards half-time, we saw a lot more possession for Marinos. Interested to see now with Takehiro Sekine on and Kuroki if that changes at all. Much more experience, of course, and knowledge of the J-League in those two players than the two that have made way. Good win by Schultz. That's Shinzo Kuroki. Vast experience, of course, at this level. Been around for so long, and now at the age of 37, turned 37 last week. Bar that spell away in Sapporo last season. The return of goals in the 10 years at the club, of games he's played, he's been such a heartbeat of this club. He'll make his way into the middle here, looking to get onto the cross. Ito, and still Ito. And he just can't quite stand it up for Sekine or Kuroki. There's a foul on Nishimura, but play will go on because Elbert has the ball. And now he's been fouled. You can see Kida's reaction, which was to suggest that Hiroki Sakai could have had a yellow card for his challenge or the previous challenge in midfield. He's going to let them both go with a little telling off. And Sakai was very quick to apologise for his part in that. Tanaka for Eduardo. That's forward looking for Anderson Lopez. He's controlled that very well, but actually come from an offside position to do so. It's a little bit casual, isn't it, to get caught there. Hoiberg just steps forward. Very, very quiet today. That one chance, that one header for him in the first half. Here's Schultz. Good header again by Nagato. Hoiberg. Ogiwara. That's nicely done. Yasu. Hoiberg for Schultz, and he gets the ball, also wants to distribute and look for a pass and find a red shirt. He's done it really well again here as the Dane. Such control in that right boot of his. Sit with all the set pieces he takes. Sakine, a man round the back arriving. Hard to control the volley as it came through for Tomoaki Akubo. They had three of them running for it. Akubo coming round the back, but coming right off his shins. Breaks, and the strike again is by Ito. Well, he's been desperate to make something happen today, Atsuki Ito. One of those players that always stands out. So progressive in his play, aggressive attacking intent. And here they come again. Akubo. Kuroki can't quite get there. Away by Eduardo. That's Hoiberg. Probably didn't need the header from Albert that it got. It took it straight through to Hiroki Sakai. Schultz. Sakai's made a really good run, but Schultz couldn't quite thread it through. And talk about the calibre of Schultz and what he's done as the ball is delivered beautifully in towards Kuroki, and Ito is there as well, trying to help it back towards Shinzo Kuroki. The goalkeeper able to come and gather. And here come the home side again. Really turning the screw here, Takehiro Sekine. It's really good cover and defending again. Watanabe it was, closed the door. Matsubara, that's a lovely pass, isn't it? Picked up Kida. Albert to the left. That's going to be a yellow card. Can't get away with that. Tomoaki Akubo. A little grab of the shirt. It's the game's first yellow card recipient. Easy enough for the referee. Eduardo will go back towards Ishimori. And this is Shinosuke Matanaka. Matsubara forward. That's Watanabe. Nicely done by Kida. Jan Mateus. Ito takes the ball off him brilliantly and was fouled. really has been outstanding today. Just really good battling in midfield, and then happy to put his foot in where it hurts, and it did hurt, that one. He was crashed into. Third in the league right now for the number of tackles he makes. That's just a part of his game. Oh, that's a lovely thread. And Kuroki and Okubo, and the goalkeeper saves. It's come to Ogiwara. Matsubara gets in the way, Sekine. Hiroki Sakai very nearly got away inside the penalty area. Stayed on his feet when he was clipped as well, the veteran fullback. Good career he's had. Hanover and Marseille fans still speak glowingly of him. 76 caps for his country. They've really stepped it up here, the home side. But can they move it a step further and turn it into a goal? Okubo, Sakai goes across goal to Sekine. Really good block by Matsubara. Elbert. I was thinking that looked a stone-cold yellow. It was a stone-cold challenge from Keniwa. Not the most pleasant challenge in the world. Rather cynical. A yellow card for him. Eduardo. Anderson Lopez coming deep to get involved, get the ball moving. Matsubara. Sweep of the ball from right to left. That's nicely done. Well, it's a real battle out there. Full of energy, full of vigour, this game. Really good battle, two sides. You can see the highest quality. Very little to separate them right now. No ball forward for Jan Mateus. We'll go back towards Nishikawa in goal. For Iwao. 4 players up straight away for them, and here they come. Shinzo Kuroki, Takehiro Sekine. Thought one way, goes the other, finds a little pass, but as the return come, Matsubara again closed that door. Elbert, very nicely done to win the ball back again by Ito. Schultz. Well, even in the midst of the battle, they're standing up firm, are Yokohama Marinos here. Every time they nearly break through, every time there's an opportunity, the door keeps getting closed, or Ichimori makes a decent save. There is a change here, though. Double change. It sees Ryo Miyachi and Marcos Jr. on. We thought that we'd seen Nishimura make way, and he has gone off now. He has been carrying that injury, just returned from it. So off he goes. Rio Miyachi and Marcos Jr. are on. And they will want to change that as they just try to affect a little bit more control in the game. Alexander Schultz is a little unhappy. Felt that he just got an unnecessary bang there. It's all smiles now. Not now. Wearing his heart on his sleeve there is Takuya Kida. Felt that Anderson Lopez just left the arm up a little. Well, both managers have played their first hand, shall we say now. They've made their changes. More available to them. Whose changes will work better? Which Mori just about judged that. Looked for a moment as though it was going to bounce right over the top of him. We've played an hour. Here come Urawa Reds again. Matsubara away. Nice take. The strike was hit at a little bit of a hurry. A little bit off balance, never got hold of it. Again, though, it was nicely developed. Good tempo about the game. It's a firm old challenge by Schultz. Okubo. Ah, that's brilliant from Nagato, isn't it? Just read him, used his body brilliantly. Look at this for defending. Tried to give him the shoulder, he gave him the eyes, tried to give him the lot. Nagato just stood there, turned around and took the ball off him. It's great defending. Here's Uibraten. Ito with a speculative shot this time. Sakine just overran that. Lovely thread by Schultz. And on to Sakine, who goes for the second ball himself. Didn't quite get it, did he? But certainly been very dangerous since coming on. He's the 28-year-old. Another took the opportunity to move to Europe. Went to Ingolstadt in Germany, St. Truden a little spell there as well, in Belgium before returning to Japan. So many, of course, who have been over to Europe now, and talk to any head of recruitment, sporting director. Japan is a huge area now for scouting, for recruitment. Players are being watched from a very, very young age range. The view of taking them over to Europe by the biggest clubs out there. We've seen the likes of Karo Mitoma sweeping the Premier League and all before him last season. And of course, players in Spain and Germany, Italy, all doing so well now. All coached, trained, developed in the J-League. Straight through to Sunsuku Nishikawa, who's able to find Schultz. And was maybe delivered with a little too much adrenaline from the Norwegian. We talk about how hard it is to break Marinos down. You look at how hard it is to break down this side. As they lost 2-0 to Cerezo just before the break, but prior to that, I mean, they hardly conceded a goal. Four in the last 9 league games. Amazing, really. If you want to go further back, it was 5 in 12. Astonishing record. Here they come again, and the opportunity to switch from right to left. The pullback was by Koroki from Ito, couldn't quite find him. Elbert, no way out for him. Ogiwara though can't get there. Elbert, Marcos will go for the return. Schultz just turned on the afterburners and did so well. Great defending this from Schultz. Looked as though he was second favourite. Used his body, used speed. Appreciated by his partner. Those two have such a good link-up, such a good relationship. Bearing in mind how quickly Broughton has settled in. It does help, of course, that he's played every game. Here they come again. That's a ball for Sakai, and the goalkeeper can't get there, and Matsubara to the rescue. And the two players who threw themselves at the ball, the goalkeeper and Hiroki Sakai, are in real trouble down there, having collided at real force. Look at this. Oh, that's an almighty coming together. Really brave from both players. That's got to hurt. Well, Matsubara does so well, doesn't he? Sees the danger and gets the ball away under pressure from Sekine. Certainly going to have a pause now while the two players are treated. Junichi Mori is in what looks like more considerable pain than Hiroki Sakai. Said he's even slower getting up, but that's more a concern for Ichimori's condition. Well, it's a purely accidental collision, as you know. Well, there will be a little concern here, as we say. Slow getting up, still down. Sakai is hobbling away. One of those situations where you look down on the bench and start to look at the reserve goalkeeper who might be needed while that is going on, though. Urawa Reds are going to make a change themselves, and Ayumu Ohato will come on here for Ogiwara, who will still be looking back on that opportunity he had in the first half, very early on in the game. Ohata on for Ogiwara. Concern here for Ichimori, who's still down. The concern is obviously knee ligaments. See the way they're stretching the left knee and pulling it, whether there's a ligament strain or tear in there. Just open the knee up maybe with that collision. what you would say is that Hiroki Ikura has not overly gone through a warm-up as of yet. The veteran goalkeeper will look on and wait to see whether or not he will be called upon. And he is going to be called upon. Oh, this is interesting. '37 he turned in June, on the opening day of June. And now set to get his second taste of J-League football in Yokohama F Marinos since he left in 2019 for Vissel Kobe. But Ichimura, well, you have to feel for him. I just wonder if he's going to try it. A very, very lengthy stoppage, as they always are in this situation. Kevin Muscat was uncompromising, shall we say, as a player. He left his mark on a few in his playing days. He also had a couple of really bad injuries as well himself, so he will certainly empathise with his goalkeeper here. Well, can you? I'm going to try. There's a long dialogue going on between medical staff and goalkeeper. It's also being relayed to the bench as well, where they are joining in. An apology to the referee for the time that's been taken, and they're going to try. Well, it's really brave from Ichimori. So there is no call now. For the substitute. But all eyes will be on the goalkeeper now. After a long delay, here comes the corner. Urawa so close to going in front from that last attack. It's a really good flick by O'Brien. Goes for the ball again. That's a good header by Anderson Lopez. Sekine. The deflection across made it very awkward to defend. Away by Nagato, and he's gone down again here as the goalkeeper. And I think that will be the end of his day. He tried, and it's not to be. One heck of a thump that he got, wasn't it? And they will now make sure that Ikura is ready and prepared. You don't get much more experience than him. What a career he's had. First appearance in 2007 for Yokohama F Marinos. His last in 2019 before he went on to make 83 appearances. For Vissel Kobe, 285 appearances in total over 2 spells for Marinos. Chance to take on some fluids now and give a few more instructions as the sad figure of Ichimori is carried away. Well, there's no words of encouragement, there's no pats on the back, nothing for the goalkeeper, because they know the age of 37 and the career he's had and the experience he's got, nothing to worry about. Straight on, do his job. As we say, he didn't go through a strenuous moment, there's been a stretch. Saw the little touch from Takumi Kamajima to his goalkeeper there. And Cora will get some messages before he enters from Kevin Muscat. Also going to bring on Koto Mizunuma as well. Amazing to think that that those two played together at the club, what, 15, 16 years ago. It's astonishing, isn't it, when you think about that? Made their debuts together in the first team, Mizunuma, Andy Cora, way back in 2007 in the J-League, the Yokohama F Marinos, and on they come. 37 and 33. Elbert is the other who makes way, along with the goalkeeper Ichimori, who you wish well. Didn't look good as he went down the second time with a knee injury. Nice touch as well from Hiroki Sakai to welcome the veteran goalkeeper on. Here comes another corner. It's a second corner in quick succession, but it's a second corner in about 8 minutes. That's how long it's taken since the actual initial effort. Before we can take it, there's a little bit of jostling inside the penalty area. Sakine stands on the edge of the penalty area, waiting for a ball. It comes towards Sakai, who wins the header, but behind it goes, and the goalkeeper's first involvement is to get play moving again. It's not the best clearance in the world by Eduardo. Long straight away towards Mizunuma. Forward by Ito. And come here for Sakine. His touch isn't the best. That's not a bad one though. By Kenny Wow. Ito. Tomoaki Okubo won't win the throw. Well, we've got 12 minutes to go, but you could probably add 6-7 minutes onto that, given the amount of time we missed. Might even be up towards 10 minutes. We're going to make another change in a minute. Shoya Nakajima is getting ready. Write your own script. He'll be trying to. Positive attacking player. Fired downfield, but it's a bit too long. The goalkeeper has come from home and doesn't get there, and the shot was by Sakai, and it needed the block of the defender, and it was a huge block. Looked easy for the goalkeeper, but he never got there. A little bit of uncertainty from him. Sakine. That's a good challenge. Sakine again. That's nicely done. And put behind by Nagato. Another corner. and the pressure is building. Just a little bit of uncertainty from Ikura. In the end, it's a very good block by Nagato. Goalkeeper will punch. Marcos will help the ball away. Well, that's charged down. It very nearly allowed Marcos and Anderson Lopez in there. It's a good reaction and an important reaction as well from Atsuki Ito. That's long and in behind, and goalkeeper will gather. Again, it was Okubo trying to break in behind. 10 minutes to go. That's nicely done. Matsubara. Well, a huge roar greets the arrival of Shoya Nakajima on the touchline. Here's Marcos Jr. Anderson Lopez trying to get across the front. Header behind is by Schultz. Might just delay the change. The referee has a little look over to see if they want to make it now. They have been on the back foot for the majority of the second half. Have the champions of the J-League. It's been the Asian champions that have been dominating. Now is there a response from the team in blue? Nagato with the corner. Away well by Ito. Matsubara. And again. Nicely done by Marcos Jr. It's nicely dealt with by Ayuma Rohato. Corner taken quickly. Marcos Jr.'s cross. Good header away by Schultz. Always alert to the danger. That's deep. Header down. And this time it's Oibraten who gets the ball away. They are so switched on, those two. Eduardo will pick up the loose ball. Here come Yokohama F Marinos again. That's nicely done. Nagato across goal. And again it's Schultz. Miyachi moves the ball on across. Too deep. Never to trouble anyone there. Here comes the change. It's Kenny Wow who will make way. And on will come Shoya Nakajima. And his return to Japan and to the J-League since he departed. Technically at the end of 2018, he signed for Porto, of course. That spell in Aldo Heil as well. Of course, he's been away a lot longer with his time at Portimonense in Portugal. More back to the start at Tokyo Verdy back in 2012. Nagato. Corner forward, but he's chosen a wood there when he needed a little 7-iron. Put it into golfing parlance. Schultz. And he can't keep the ball in play. I'm certain that Kevin Muscat would love to win the game, but given the way the game has gone, he probably will take a draw. A better chance has certainly gone to the home side. But this is Matsubara. what they have done very well, of course, is turn games like this into victories, and maybe they can do so again. Strike was by Takuya Kida. Never really set himself for it. Had a little bit of time, it seemed. Just there, that little touch, just taking it out. And then he had to snatch at it a little. That's nicely done by Anderson Lopez. This is Ryo Miyachi. He steps away from the challenge of Ito, and it's fouled. It's a free kick in a good area. First foot that Ito's put wrong all day, that. And so is there to be late drama. Only had one 0-0 draw in this fixture in the last 8 years. Is there to be a goal? If there is, it's going to come late. Atanaka and Eduardo break now as the ball goes deep and too deep. There has been little attacking threat from Muscat's side. Here's Schultz. Miscue by Ito. Miyachi. Again, tight defensively. Maybe they sense there's an opportunity here. Marinos have the corner. Attempted flick was by Eduardo, and it came off the side of Marcos Junior's head. Still no way through, still no threat from them. That header from Anderson Lopez in the first half, apart from that, nothing really that Nishikawa's had to do. Particularly in a second half where the home side have dictated. This is Mizunuma, who's been fouled. And again, it will be an opportunity. As decided to go quickly, made a bit of a mess of it. And it's away by Ohata. It's a ball for Ryo Miyachi. Marcos Junior. Support arrives in the shape of Watanabe. He's missed out. And the ball goes to Nagato. Marcos Junior. He's tried to catch the goalkeeper out there. Just for a moment, Nishikawa had to backpedal. How about this? Stood it up, saw the goalkeeper off his line, and Nishikawa for a moment was concerned. Would have been a very, very, very clever goal. Seen a few of those from Marcos though since he came to Japan back in 2019. Eduardo. Lifted forward, hoping that Anderson Lopez could get there. That's really nicely done. Look at that, Yasui driving through midfield. It's going to overhit the ball for Nakajima. Matsubara able to deal with it. Ohata. Schultz. Sakai. Ito. Okubo. Nicely done again. All the way through again though for Nakajima. And now the counter-attack, and it's 3 against 2. MEIJI's first touch wasn't the best, but they still have an attack to develop, and the ball is for Anderson Lopez. Oh, it's a brilliant tackle. Marius Højbjerg with something quite brilliant. They looked in real trouble here. 3 against 2. Schultz and Højbjerg. Look at Højbjerg getting across to make this block. It's a brilliant challenge by the Norwegian. Committed himself, timed it to perfection. 8 minutes of stoppage time. We are into it as well. Mane and Uenaka will come on for Anderson Lopez and Takuya Kida. Asai Uenaka. And there Anderson Lopez has been unable to find a way through. It's over to you. Uenaka has got 1 goal this season. That's a strike across goal, but it's comfortable for the goalkeeper. It's a big move that by Kevin Muscat to bring on the 21-year-old. Only signed this season, of course. First season in the top flight in Japan. Now, for the time that remains, Sayu Inaka, if he were to find a winner, what a masterstroke that would be, eh? From the coach. Here comes another change in a moment. Matsubara. It's a bit of a free-for-all down there at the moment. Watanabe loses out. A little bit of pinball. Very nicely done by the experience of Mizunuma to go all the way back towards Ikura in the goal. Eduardo was running into trouble but managed to get himself out of it. Nagato, that's a little short, but nicely done by Watanabe to win it. Here they go again. MEIJI, Marcos Jr. This is Matsubara, and nicely done, and the ball across goal. Asai is there with a back heel, and it's a save and a half. Wow! Nishikawa's kept it out. Lost it initially, nearly gifted it to Asai for the goal. Asai Uenaka with the back heel, and then all of a sudden the goalkeeper saves it. How about this? Lovely ball by Matsubara. Mizunuma's first time ball should have been straightforward for the goalkeeper. Asai Uenaka with the back heel, the clever back heel to try and get it into the goal. And the goalkeeper, how about that? The agony on his face. And then the recovery. Does so well, at some cost to himself. Nearly the master stroke from the manager, from the head coach. Relief more than anything for him. Not had much to do, and just for a moment nearly cost his side the game. But did he recover well? And he did. Is there to be late drama? More late drama. Shizaku Nishikawa steadies himself, stations himself, and now waits for the resultant corner. Halfway through the 8 minutes that have been allocated, although there may be a little more, you never know, given that little stoppage there. Nagato will take the corner. The header and a good leap was by Hatanaka, but never able to control it. And here comes the next change, and it's Ito who makes way for Kai Shibato. Straight swap as the 27-year-old comes on. Powerful header away. And here's Marcos Jr. MEIJI loses out. And the referee gives the free kick. Took his time to think about it. Well, where will the late drama come from? Who can provide that moment? Urawa with 1 win in 9 in this fixture. Thought they were going to make it 2 with the chances they've had in this second half. But now they're almost having to hang on a little. Matsubara, miscue from him, of all people. And now the counter-attack, as the ball makes its way forward to Kaito Yasu. Nakajima, he can't control it and gather the ball in. It hasn't been the all-conquering return for him as of yet. There is still time though. Time for anyone to make themselves a hero in this game. Toybran back towards his goalkeeper. The chase was Karoki. Very difficult ball to take in though. Not quite able to do so. And so we enter the 98th minute of the game. Still no goals between these two sides. It's the only surprise that we've had today in a really high-quality fixture. There has not been a goal yet. It's trying to run away from Mizunuma. Now to play for a goal kick. And are they just tiring now after having a few weeks away from the J-League? It's been full of energy from the first whistle. Understandable if the players have just started to feel it a little now, the tempo of this game, the intensity of this game, the pressure of this game. Alexander Schultz and Marius Oibran have been absolutely terrific. You have to say at the other end, so too, Eduardo and Hatanaka as well. Can someone make themselves a hero? Sekine, and it's Schultz who's all the way forward from the back, who tries to make something happen. Referee is happy to let them play at the moment. Sekine can't win it. That's MEIJI, he's given it away. And is there to be late drama? Or the defender Eduardo got half a touch, but not much of a touch. Ohata. That's a ball for Sakai. Oh, he's so unlucky. Fully extended to try and control it. Actually brought it down and then it hit his own standing leg and runs away. And now Marinos want to go and win it. The 100th minute of the game. Sekine does so well. And here they come again. It's Kuroki. And he wants to go on his own. He's held up really well by Hatanaka. They're appealing for handball. Huge appeals for handball. Well, it's a bit of a free-for-all out there at the moment. And the final whistle goes. What an amazing game we've had in Saitama. Hiroki Sakai wants the VAR to be used for the potential handball just before the final whistle. But two sets of players that have given absolutely everything. Hoibrand with a stunning block late on, but he and Schultz can smile to each other. It's another clean sheet for those two who are so hard to find a way through. Maybe a little bit of controversy late on. Here it is again. Well, that's not a penalty. It's as simple as that, and they will have had a look in the booth at that. And I'm certain after the game, when Sakai sees it, they will see that. But there's lots of conversation, lots of consternation, shall we say. What a game it's been, though. Real intense battle. And the Japanese champions and the Asian champions can't be separated. A real battle out there, and it's as you were this morning between fourth and second. Still a 6-point gap. Yokohama F Marinos will certainly come away the happier side. It finishes in the Saitama Stadium. Urawa Reds 0, Yokohama F Marinos 0. Well, what a cracker. Enjoyed that one. Urawa Reds will look back on what could have been with a number of chances that they had. And certainly Messier scores are there. You can see who's pondering the opportunities that they had in that game. A number of them in the first and the second half, both halves. The changes they made at half-time certainly helped them, and they really got on top, but they were unable to find a way through, even with Yokohama losing their goalkeeper, Junichi Mori, to injury in that second half. But for Takuya Kida and co, they stood firm, they were resilient, and they were robust as well. Hard to beat, hard to break down. And that's what it was in the end. Two sides whose defences were on top. The two coaches will thank the officials. The players will take on their hydration. A great battle in the game that ends with honours even. And so it's 6 points between them right now. And so you wonder, is that going to be too much for the home side to come back from in the race for the title? There's still a long way to go, though. Let's just remember that. But certainly Yokohama F Marinos will be the happier of the two sides. They stay above Nagoya Grampus, they stay 6 points above Urawa Reds. Whilst a win could have taken them clear at the top of the table. Of course, what this fixture does is take them level on points with Vissel Kobe. Away from Kevin Muscat, and let's go and catch up with Shasuke Nikamura.
結果的にはスコアレスドローの勝ち点1に終わりました。まずこの勝ち点1どう捉えていらっしゃいますか。
そうですね。僕たちが目指してたのはもう勝ち点3だったので、引き分けというところでは非常に悔しい思いですし、やっぱりこうマリノスと上位対決でやっぱりこういう相手に対して自分たちが引きずり下ろすんだっていう強い気持ちを持って挑んだんですけど、得点が入らずに悔しい